The hottest story that may have slipped your attention concerns one of the folks behind Obamacare, an architect, a consultant, whatever you want to call him. MIT economist Jonathan Gruber made recorded comments in 2013 that just surfaced and are causing a little heartburn now for the Obama administration. Take a look.
You had a law which said healthy people are going to pay in. It made explicit that healthy people pay in and sick people get money. It would not have passed. Okay, just like the people, lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to get anything to pass. And, it's just...
You heard that right. Let me quote him again. Lack of transparency, says Jonathan Gruber. Huge political advantage, he says. Basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really critical for health care reform to pass Congress. Thus far, this is not getting any play from the big three networks. And my question to you is why?
One of those stories that begins in the conservative media and now is beginning to percolate elsewhere. But it's notable, as some conservative media watchers have pointed out, that none of the three big evening newscasts have covered this topic, nor had any of the big morning shows until this morning when CBS did begin to cover it. I asked NBC and ABC why they haven't taken it on. They declined to comment. CBS said, look, we are covering it. Look at our morning show.
Yep.
But it's an example of one of these stories that becomes very politicized on the right, but then is barely heard about in the middle or on the left.
So let me just use a phrase that some of our friends like to use, and that being a mainstream media conspiracy.
Yeah, and in my experience, Brooke, at the New York Times, now at CNN, is that whenever you think there's a conspiracy, it's really just something much more mundane.
Yeah.
In this case, I think it's the fact that this is a video that's a year plus old, and it's something that, we're talking about a story that's been debated and covered endlessly. I think oftentimes in newsrooms there's a sense of, well, what's actually new here? But that said, the quote, the word stupid, that is news. And the way it's being used, and the way it's being used by conservatives is also news. So that's why it should be covered by the nightly newscast and should be covered by CNN.
This is from Josh Earnest, White House spokesperson today. This is what he said. I disagree vigorously. The fact of the matter is the process has been extraordinarily transparent, right? Responding to Gruber's notion that this was intentionally not transparent. We covered the story inside out here at CNN. And your assessment, was it not clear at the time that healthier folks would bear this greater financial burden because of those who would actually require more care? I mean, there was that huge push to get young people involved, was there not?
Well, first of all insurance plans assume that there's some aggregated risk pool and that the healthy ultimately are helping those who aren't healthy. And you put in money when you're healthy in the hopes that when you're not healthy, you're going to get some of the money back. So that's basic insurance. But there's a contradiction in what he said.
How so?
The American people weren't stupid. They were lied to. If you watch the reaction to Obamacare as they began to learn more about it, they turned against it. So it's not the American people's stupidity. It's a president who said you can keep your doctor, you can keep your hospital, etc., which were not true, and he's since admitted they weren't true. But the arrogance behind what he said fits the whole administration.
The White House specifically now is distancing itself from Gruber, and it sounds to me that he was fairly integral in the building of this piece of signature legislation. What do you make of that distance?
Well, they're desperately trying to recover from a disastrous election, and they know that this is poisonous. Here's one of the key architects who was in the White House, was sent by the White House to the Congress, helped write the bill. And what he's talking to you about in an academic setting is he's being honest. He's saying, look, if people had thoroughly understood Obamacare, it would never have passed the Senate. It would never have become law. And we were very fortunate because much of this stuff was not understood and was not out in the open. I think that's actually an honest statement on his part. The fact that the White House is now, in effect, lying about having lied just tells you nothing has changed.